Alexa, alarm off. It's Saturday. It's VCF Midwest Day. So the day was finally here. It was VCF Midwest 18. Looking forward to this weekend for a long time, and here we are walking up to the hotel. People selling things right away, and of course we walked by a number of cars with people selling things out of their trunks. But walking into the hotel, we've got registration on the left here. This was the main hall. As you can see, it was already pretty busy. We got there about 10:30, 10:45, and it was a packed place. It smelled okay, though, surprisingly. We stumbled over to the Mac Effects table. They got this really sharp-looking Apple IIc, all black with the red backlight and the keyboard. Looked great. We've also got the clear Mac Plus and green Mac Plus cases, so really cool to see. Then over here next to these Sun machines, we had a Silicon Graphics Octane. Love seeing these machines. And then on over to the Forgotten Machines table. Really cool-looking terminals, some system boards, and some telephony equipment. So they had a really nice display, and as you can see, things are starting to get busy in the halls as well. And then we saw this vector graphics machine. It looks like somebody drew Garfield on there. Over to another booth where we played a rudimentary electronics game. Things didn't quite work so well, but nothing we couldn't fix by hitting reset a bunch of times. I'm not sure who won the overall match, but Kevin definitely won this point. And then we went to the big iron room and saw this Vax. Check out the cooling system on this thing. It must run extremely hot. And these are some modern reproduction systems, devices people have made. And here is an Amiga 500. And then on the way back to the halls, of course, we stumbled into Steve from Mac 84 and K-Mac Vintage, both channels you should subscribe to. And over here is Ron's computer videos, Describer, whatever. And there's LGR's teddy bear computer. You've probably seen the video. We also found a really cool kiosk for an Atari 2600. Played Adam in some combat. And then right next to that was this OS2 disc, and it isn't round. All these cutout areas are just simply missing. And then it was time for the YouTube panel. And this was pretty cool. Last year we went to the YouTube panel as well, and a lot of the talks were really about vintage computers, restorations, how these guys approach their work. But this year it was really more about how do you do YouTube? How do you handle YouTube? How do you deal with people on YouTube? How do you deal with YouTube itself? Certainly insightful, but different than last year. But it was good to see all these guys in person and really enjoyed the speech, as they said, and it was a good time. Then we headed over, got some lunch. We found a taqueria and got some tacos. Back to BCF Midwest. Here was a very old Sega Master System running 3D. It was a pretty fun game to play. And then this was over at the booth where there was these palm top IBM ThinkPads from Japan. And talking to this person, one of these had actually been featured on LGR's channel. It's the one there in the middle shelf. But they were pretty cool. And then speaking of LGR, there he is. There's all his stuff. Always good to see him. And then, of course, you've got Crazy Ken. Love Crazy Ken. And then this was the Commander X16 booth, the developer there. And over here is Ben Hack on the phone, doing whatever. And right here is where 8-Bit Guy would be if he was around, but I think he was feeling a little tired, took a break, missed him, no problem. Onto their cable system they'd set up. And then we ran into Adrian Black from Adrian's Digital Basement. It was pretty nice to talk to him. And then just a quick tour of the Blue Scuzzy booth. I love Blue Scuzzy. And then to kind of close things out, they had an auction. Pretty fun to watch, but we were getting tired, and it was time to head back to Wisconsin. All right, so I'm back home from Midwest Computer Festival. I think it was 18. Anyway, the year was 2023. And let's take a look at some of the things we got here. So I got a TI 99/4A. So the story with this one is that it was sold originally, but never used really because one of the video chips was bad. So the person that was selling it said it was basically new old stock. He went ahead and replaced the video chip, and tested it out and made sure everything worked. But overall, it's basically a new old stock TI 99/4A. So I'm really excited about this one. Of course, we got the power supply and whatever else came with it here. So got the goodies. Also got, obviously the manuals and video cable. Very important. See what else we got? We got my badge. Picked up a handful of stickers here. Some of my favorites: Mac 84, K-Mac Vintage, Ron's Computer Videos, and Wisconsin Computer Club. And personal favorite of the show, Blue Scuzzy. I also rated the free table a little bit. We found this motherboard here. Looks like, I think, an LGA. I'll take the heatsink off here in a minute and see what's underneath. We also got there was some sample boards lying around, or some open source boards. Look cool. I grabbed it. And 3 PCI network cards. Also picked up from the free table a Apple 15 AV display. Thanks to Ron's Computer Videos for letting me borrow part of your clip. So let's see if that works, or if that's going to need some repair. It's not in the best shape, but you can't go wrong for the price. Alright, so I've got the screws loosened. Let's lift this off. See what we have here. Of course, I'm out in my garage, so I've got a shop rag to clean this off. Not a paper towel and rubbing alcohol, but it seems like it's doing the trick. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a Intel Core i7, looks like 3820. So I don't know if that would be necessarily vintage, but it was free, and that's pretty cool. All right, next let's check out the monitor, see if we can't figure out if it works or not. All right, got it plugged in. Let's turn it on. Okay. Didn't explode, that's good. Then I've got a LC here. Let's go ahead and turn that on. See if we get anything here. Well, the LC's booting, but we've got no life on the monitor. Seems like it's not detecting that it's getting a signal and switching out to sleep mode. All right, well, that is going to have to be a future repair. So that's going to wrap up the quick tour of Vintage Computer Fest Midwest 18. Hope you liked what you saw. It was certainly a fun day, and I recommend next year you should go to it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.